feeling cold against your skin. Running through the chaos, letting all the sin. Temptation in a bottle, ready for the night. Craving for the thrill, it's time to ignite. Dark desires burning bright. Echoes in the dead of night. No retreat, no looking back on this heart attack.
Hey, how are you guys? Good to be back for well, it's Monday here. It's Sunday for you guys, but this week is Thanksgiving week. Everyone's getting ready for the holidays. I see a lot of people starting to travel, trying to get to different states for people and trying to get to family for Thursday. So it's going to be a fun week, I think. You know, we still have a pumpkin pie that we're going to test out on Thursday. I've never eaten pumpkin pie in my life. I don't even know what it tastes like. I'm guessing pumpkin of some sort, but other than that, I don't know what it's like. But we're going to try that on the on Thursday for Thanksgiving. It's good to see you guys. I ended up being away for the weekend. It was unplanned. Originally, we had expected to be here all weekend, and we had to do something for Mrs. Ping on Saturday. It was supposed to take like an hour, ended up taking like 4 hours, and then not being completed. And we had to go back the next day and get it done. And it took way longer than I thought it was going to, and it ended up taking up all of our weekend. So I was stuck at a mall in Melbourne here. There's a giant mall called Chadston, and it's like massive. It's like the size of a suburb, and I would end up being stuck there for my entire weekend, which is not what I was hoping to do on my weekend. I was hoping to talk some true crime, but that's not what happened. We got some updates. Anna Kepner got some updates about that over the last few days because I haven't been here to talk to you about them. And some updates, as you can see on your screen, about Gus Lamont. We're going to talk about that too. But it's good to see you all for this Sunday night. I can tell you, Melbourne right now, it is hot. It's actually really hot, and you're like, Ping, why are you wearing a sweater? I don't know. I just had it on this morning, and I realized the temperature got really high. It's almost 80 degrees out there right now. It's pretty warm in Melbourne today. Good to see you all. Glad to be back for a Sunday night. I hope all of your football teams won today. My Niners didn't play today, so they are playing tomorrow for Monday Night Football. Let's talk about Gus Lamont. Let's talk about what's going on with Gus. So there was an update that came out today that they're heading back for another search of that property of where Gus went missing from. Another search. And it seems this time they have their sights set on the mine shafts on the property. Now, they're not saying that they think Gus is in the mine shaft. They're saying that they think it is something that they need to exclude, that it's a situation where they don't know, so they need to go in and have a look at it themselves and eliminate it from their investigation. So they've done what, two giant ground searches of the property. Now they're heading back, two ground searches. They've drained a dam, and now they're heading back um to look at these mine shafts on the property, what they call undocumented mine shafts. So these are mine shafts that basically were there. They've probably been there 100 years or something, back from when the mining boom happened in early Australian history. So a lot of Australia was mined, like sort of like amateur mining, like sort of what happened in San Francisco and California back in the gold rush. Similar happened in Australia. There was a gold rush, and there was various places across the southeast of the country that was mined, and people came in from overseas. They mined it, and there's all these undocumented mine shafts just about everywhere. So there is a set of mine shafts that are located between 5.5 kilometers and 12 kilometers from the homestead where Gus was last seen. So somewhere in that band between 5.5 Ks and 12 Ks in a surrounding area from where he was last seen. 12 Ks is a long way for a child. I mean, we've heard crazier things in life, but it seems like a stretch to think that a child could make it 12 Ks. I don't know about you, but that's uh that's a long way. What's Mrs. Ping sending me? Okay. She's angry. She's saying that apparently zucchini, if you live in Australia, apparently there is a zucchini shortage. Apparently, something to do with cooler growing conditions means there's no zucchini, so she can't buy any. Good to see you. Hey, SP Mama, how are you? Getting ready for bed? Yeah, so between 5.5 and 12 kilometers from the Oak Park homestead. I don't know about you, but this all just feels like we're walking around in circles and not actually finding anything. How many times are you going to search the property before we look at other ideas? It's very strange to me. And they say down here, there's that dam that they had a look at. There's one of the mine shafts. We've seen that before. There's a quote down here that I want to read to you. Where is it? Maybe it's up here. There's a quote. I don't know. It must be in a different part of the article, but basically, they're saying that they are still not really entertaining a foul play narrative in this missing person investigation. They're apparently just ruling things out in their search for Gus. And according to them, nothing up until this point leads to any other theory other than the child walked away from the home. That's it. That's the only sort of theory that they're willing to entertain right now, is that he walked away from the homestead. I don't know about you, but you tell me what you think about that. Yeah, I'll look it up. 5.5 kilometers equal. So 5.5 Ks is 3.4 miles, and 12 kilometers is 7.4 miles. So between 3.4 and 7.4 miles. So they're the markers between where they're looking for these mine shafts. So you guys let me know. I think I don't think a child could make it that far. I mean, if a child had supplies, like say they were going to school and they had a backpack and they had their drink bottle and they had their lunch and they had some chips or something, something you send kids to school with, they had some sort of supplies with them. Yeah, I reckon a kid could probably make it that far, 100%, because they got a bit of water, they got a bit of food or something. Yeah, I reckon a kid could make it that distance. But a kid who just walked away from his homestead? I don't know. I think you're asking us to suspend, um, rational thinking here. I just find that very, very strange. How old is the child? I think we've gone through this. Hold on. Not very old. Like, 4 years old. 4-year-old child Gus Lamont, 4. And they're searching between 3.4 miles and 7.4 miles from the campsite. So you tell me, could he make it that far? Uh, I think you're asking us to suspend rational thinking in that regard. I think it's very, very difficult for a child to make 12 kilometers. I can't even make it a kilometer. Like, well, I'm old and lazy, but even after I get like, if you told me I had to walk 12 Ks, I mean, I probably could do it, but I'd be very, very exhausted at the end. That's like a marathon. That's like a half marathon, right? A marathon is like 20 something kilometers. This is like a mini marathon. And you think a 4-year-old child might be able to get to that point with no outside help? I mean, maybe. I'd like to see the scientific evidence that backs that up. I'd like to know where they're getting those numbers from that a child could make it that far. They're saying here these searches will either locate evidence or eliminate those locations from further investigation by the task force. Ah, man, I don't know, guys. They're saying here that the talk among locals is unmarked wells and mine shafts that he may have fallen into. I get that if it was within a kilometer or two of the home, definitely they would be things I would want to look at. Hold on, guys. All right. Yeah, I think if it was like a kilometer or two, we might be able to do it. And a child falling down a mine shaft in that sort of region, sure. But Kathy said I can see a young kid going off and exploring or hunting, but at 4. Danny says, I remember when my son was 4 years, would never leave the yard by himself. And that was we were told very early on, the behavior of Gus is that he's never walked away from the sort of near the home ever before. So I find that interesting for a kid who's grown up on that property, probably had it hammered through his head that he's not to leave, the surrounds of the home because it's dangerous the further out you get. Like that would have been hammered into any child's head that lives in the country or on a station like that. They're told like, "Hey, don't you be going too far. It's very dangerous out there." I'm sure they were told boundaries of it. Um, yes. So I hear Morning says, I really don't see that happening in the heat, even if he was following something, not going too fast. The thing that always got me is the timeline. And I just don't understand how you can lose a child. Say they notice he's missing. They said it's around half an hour after they last saw him, right? I still go back to that point that if you have a child who's on foot, you have things like horses you could ride, 4x4, motorbike, cars. You can you can overtake him. Like a child can't outrun a motored vehicle even with a half an hour head start, even with an hour head start, wouldn't be able to outrun a motorbike or a car. Eventually, they would catch him. Eventually, they'd catch up to the kid. Doesn't matter. You could send 4 people in different directions and eventually, in a quadrant, catch up to the kid. You'd be like, "Oh, he's over there." Like I get it. The place is massive. It's massive. It's bigger than you think it is, right? It's not like your backyard where you're like, "Hey, there's a corner over there." It's huge. I get that. But I just think that if you had a motorized vehicle, you would eventually get onto him. Yeah, an hour later, half an hour later, 2 hours later, I don't know. Just something just doesn't add up. And I don't know what it is, but to me, it just doesn't make a lot of sense. Yeah, the fact that there's been no evidence, there's no tracks, there's no footprints. They brought in an indigenous tracker. The indigenous tracker even said he didn't think he's on the property. So I mean, those guys know their job too. They really understand the land, and if they thought they could find or track someone, they would do it. And they were out there a couple of times, couldn't find any lead to try and track that child. So I don't know. Um, I don't know. I don't know where we go from here. They can keep searching. What happens when they get to the point where they're like, "Oh, we searched all the mine shafts, we searched all the land, we searched all the water." What happens then? What happens when they come up empty-handed? If they do come up empty-handed after this search, what then? Do we just all treat it like Gus has disappeared into thin air? Like, just got obviously abducted by aliens. Is that what happened? Because I don't know. I find that Very strange. Was sure. Sorry, Mrs. Ping is asking me what I want for dinner. Kathy said, "Have any of the family members been in trouble before?" I've not heard really a lot about the family being in trouble. I know the dad's had a couple of things in the past. I know some of the other family have had some run-ins with people, but I don't think it was anything serious. I don't think it was something like someone would come and abduct the child and hold them for ransom. Like, I don't think it's anything like that. Um, but that's all I know about it. Hold on. Yeah, I know. All right. So that is your update. They're going to go back out there. They're searching about. They're looking in that 5.5 to 12-kilometer band surrounding it. They're going to use specialized equipment to examine six uncovered, unfenced mine shafts. So they got a very specific target that they're going to look at. We'll see. Maybe they'll find Gus. If they do, that'd be great. We can put an end to this and finally know what happened to Gus. I just want to know what happens if they go there, search the mine shafts, and they don't find him. What happens after that? Do we then start looking at other scenarios, or do we keep talking about how a child walked away from the property? Marlene said, "Were there any hired farmhands on that day?" I'm guessing the police would know. They're saying that they believe the child walked away and that there is no other indication of any sort of foul play or third party interference. Rachel said, "It's an incredible difficult search, but something isn't right here." I agree. Something doesn't add up. Whether it means someone actually hurt Gus or took him, I don't know. But it just seems like something's not 100% kosher. Laurie said, "Is this the case where the dad and mom do not live together because of the mom's mom?" Yes, that is right. Yes. Montana said, "If someone drives into a big ranch like theirs, they'd have known. I suspect he was removed from the property." That is a theory a lot of people have about this particular case, that they think that either the timeline is bullshit and the story we've been given to the public is not true. A lot of people think that. I'm not saying I do. I'm just saying a lot of people do. A lot of people think that that is not a real timeline. Um, okay. Yeah. A lot of people think that that timeline is not valid, and I get why, because people have been burned by child investigations before. Look at William Terrell. Look at some of the ones in the USA. People don't believe anything that comes from family members, with good reason to. You should never believe anything that comes from the family. That's the whole point of a child investigation, is that you have to find verifiable facts that come from other people, because anyone who has a self-interest in it, you have to take anything they say with a grain of salt, because you don't know. You don't know these people. The cops don't know these people. They could lie to you about anything. It just, you have to find facts, things that are verifiable. And I get why the community is sort of burnt on these type of cases, because they've seen the opposite happen, where a child ran away and then it ends up being the family. A child ran away and it ends up being the boyfriend. A child ran away and it ends up being an abduction. These things have happened over and over and over again, and I think the public is a little bit jaded. They're a little bit jaded because they've just seen the opposite side of humanity so many times, where someone who is close to that kid has hurt them. And I think it makes everyone a little bit wary when things don't seem like they're adding up. Everyone sort of goes, "Oh, not again, not again. Or we're going to go through this all again." A kid that we all hoped would go home, and we're going to have to deal with like burying a little kid. It's awful, and I get it. I think. Hold on. All right, there we go. Yeah. Hey, good to see you guys. Good to see you. Who's here? Marlene Clausen is here. Marlene is right there. Hey, Marlene. Good to see you. Where's Mama Mia? Mama Mia's right here. Hello. Good to see you. Marilyn Landis made it. Laurie made it. Kim's here. Who else made it? Gayla's here. Who else is here? Kim made it. Who else do we have here? Danny made it. Hey, Danny, good to see you. Um, that's the most I have from you from this one. I'll let you know what happens during the week when they actually go searching the homestead for Gus, and I'll let you know. The other case that we got some information on over the weekend was Anna Kepner. Now, the other day I told you that one of my people I speak to in Florida who is law enforcement told me that sexual assault was a focus of their investigation. People left comments on my video saying that you said that she was R-worded. No, I didn't. I said that they were looking at that and that was something they were investigating. That doesn't mean it even happened in her death. That could have been something that happened before and led to her death. Like, there's all sorts of scenarios. So I tried to clarify with that person a bit more. They wouldn't give me anything else. They just said that was one of the points they were looking at. I think we just have to take it as it comes. But over the weekend, there was a bit more information coming out. Now, one source, one person is saying that preliminary investigation findings saying that no SA of Anna, but it's preliminary. Preliminary just means a cop looked at it, sort of went, "Oh, yeah, I don't think there's been any R word here." And then they send it to the ME, and then you get a much more in-depth investigation. So we'll see. But the source with the ABC was saying there is no SA preliminary. So we'll see what that means. The other thing that came out is that there was a bar hold bruising on her neck. And if you don't know what a bar hold is, that's when someone puts their forearm across your neck like this and then pushes down. And that's what they use as the leverage against the neck. They're saying she had bruising on her neck, and that is what caused her to asphyxiate. So asphyxiation is what they believe will probably be the cause of death. Thank you. That's okay. Yeah, so that is the update for Anna Kepner. I'll show you. Sorry, it's great fun trying to do a show and Mrs. Ping trying to message me at the same time. Where is it? Yes, here. I'm going to take you out to WFTV in Florida.
The cause of death has now been revealed for the 18-year-old who died on a cruise ship. And we begin with that breaking news. A source told ABC News that 18-year-old Anna Kepner died on a cruise ship due to asphyxiation as the result of an arm across her neck until she died. Good afternoon. I'm Greg Warman.
And I'm Darlene Jones. We've also learned 2 bruises were found on the side of her neck. Channel 9's Giovanni Diaz has been tracking new developments in this story. He joins us live from Brevard County. And Gio, what else can you tell us this afternoon?
Yeah, Darlene, we are still looking through the details we obtained, but as you mentioned there, a source who was connected with the investigation into Anna's death also told us earlier this afternoon that she died after someone held their arm over her neck for too long. That's also consistent with the bruises that were found in her body. Now, you may remember Anna's body was found wrapped in a blanket under life vests. Investigators had initially reported that her...
So there you go. I'm going to take you to the source for the other bit here. Teen found dead on Carnival cruise ship died via asphyxiation resulting from a bar hold. And they're saying here, investigators also found 2 bruises on the side of her neck. They also saying here that there was no SA preliminary again. Yeah, according to the source, the preliminary information indicates that there was no signs of SA and that there did not appear to be drugs or alcohol in Kepner's system. Autopsy and toxicology results that could confirm those findings have not been completed. So these are very early on sort of findings. Probably could be from a cop, could be from someone who picked up her body. I don't know. Guys, give me 1 second. Sorry about that. She keeps messaging me. I'm trying to tell her that I can't have like a running conversation with her while we're doing the show. And she's all like, I'll answer one question and she sends me 3 more. And I'm like, this is not the greatest way to do this type of thing. And I'm like, I appreciate her trying to get me something for dinner, but I yeah. All right. Yes, according to the preliminary thing, like I told you, no drugs and alcohol in her system, and they're saying they don't believe there's any SA. Interesting. I don't really know what to make of that when we hear those other details like her being found. Look, I can't find a source that says that she was found naked either. That is, I don't know where that came from, but I've not seen it quoted by anyone in mainstream media. At least not I've been able to find. So I don't know where that came from. I think there's been some rumors floating around. So I've not been able to find that verified. I don't know who told that. I don't know. The details we do know, stuffed under the bed, covered with a blanket, covered with the life preserver, and then she was located. Now we're hearing this from the ABC. So we'll see. We will see. But it's strange. I think it's a strange thing. Why kill her? If it is the stepbrother and he's infatuated with her, why kill her and then not go through? And I know it sounds awful, but why would you kill the girl then not go through with the sexual fantasy part of it? I find that strange, offending. I think it's very odd. Um, yeah, I find that very, very strange that you would go to all that effort to kill her, and then you're not going to, do the things that he fantasized about. If he, hearing from other family members that he was so infatuated with her and all this type of thing, um, oh, I'm just going to kill her. It's strange. Gail said her uncle reported on a news channel. Yeah, I can't find anyone who will back that information up. So I don't know if he's misreporting. I don't know. Could be a rumor in the family. Gail said to stop her making a noise, then so the brother didn't catch them. Catch them what though? There's no sign of any sexual intercourse or SA or so. Stop them what exactly? Rachel said that's what I heard. That you are what? Wow. Hey Trisha, how are you? They don't release everything to the public for a reason. I trust the cops know what they're doing. They would know. Wait, which story are you talking about? This one or Gus Lamont? You let me know. Are you saying in this one and Gus Lamont? I mean, I guess you might be right. You have to tell me which one you think it is. Look, we'll find out, but they're saying here that that is the latest information on it. That's what they think. So a very strange story either way. It's a very strange story. Hey Trisha, Kepner? Yeah, I think you're right. Rachel said, I think more will come out. Well, the FBI is the one running point on this right now. And they're, we've dealt with the FBI before. They're very quiet. They like to keep things very sort of internal. They don't want to have things out in the media. So I think that they know definitely a lot more than what's in the public domain. I think you are right. Gail said, I meant he didn't do it due to the shock of her condition, then hit her so little brother didn't catch him with the body. He didn't do it due to the shock of her condition, then hit her so the. I mean, it's a huge step, right? To kill her and then be like, freak. I mean, maybe you never know what people think when they commit a crime. Maybe he thought he could go through with it and then freaked out after it actually happened. Could be. Could be. Rachel said, I think more will come out. Definitely seems like there's some like competing sort of information. There's stuff coming out from over here and it gets discredited by over here, and neither one of them are official sort of sources for it. It seems like there's definitely competing bits of information. Definitely. I think we're going to, unfortunately, I think things will slow down as we get to Thanksgiving on Thursday. I think everything is going to really slow down. Every year I have done this, everything's sort of ground to a halt as soon as we get to Thanksgiving. And it's because everyone's away, there's things that are closed, that type of thing. So I think a lot of these investigations that we're watching out of the States are probably just going to stop for a period of time until probably after Cyber Monday or something like that. Probably Tuesday, Wednesday, the following week is when a lot of these cases may get an update. These holidays really slow down a lot of the crime type parts of the world. So, especially in America. So, I don't know when we'll get a better update. We may not this week due to the impending holidays that we're all waiting on. So we'll have to wait on that. I wanted to take you to a different update for this one. I'm just trying to see if I can find it. There was a second video that dealt with some of the other details, and I want to play it for you. Nope, that's not it. Give me 1 second. I'm just trying to pull up this video. Yeah.
Heartbreak today and growing outrage as family and friends gather to remember 18-year-old Anna Kepner.
The teen was found dead, you may remember, on board a Carnival cruise ship earlier this month. And local 10's Syra Onwer is in our newsroom with more.
People gathered in a church parking lot to honor Anna Kepner in her hometown of Titusville, Florida. Friends and family saying they are devastated, but also infuriated as authorities are yet to make an arrest.
This shouldn't be happening. She was only 18.
After the tragic loss of 18-year-old Anna Kepner, found dead earlier this month on a Carnival cruise ship, family and friends filed into the Grove Church to remember her, many wearing blue in her honor.
It was just filled with love. I mean, you can tell everybody really cared, and of course, people miss her.
People remembering Anna as someone who loved to make people laugh and had a great sense of style.
She definitely knew how to throw on her outfit. She was great.
But among the happy memories shared of Anna Thursday, there seemed to be anger and frustration. No one has been arrested in connection with her death, and though the FBI has not officially named any suspects, court documents from Anna's stepmother's divorce case allege Anna's...
I'm going to leave it there. I just wanted to play a bit from her funeral, celebration of life, or what do they call it? Hey, Robbie, you're the same person, just a different device. Are you an android? Are you some sort of cyborg? I mean, I get it. They might have transplanted your existence and your functionality to a different device. We heard you were in hospital for a number of months. I mean, the technology they have today, I wouldn't put it past them. So good to have you back, Robbie. Mommy says you're not going to be on Ping. I'm not. Who said so? I'll be here. I'll be here for Thanksgiving. Who said I'm not going to be on? Molly said the teen was not a rational thinker, so who knows what he thought. Yeah, you can't. I mean, teenage offenders, it's documented that they don't think like adults. It's documented in some of the FBI documentation for psychology and things like that, that teen offenders often offend very differently from adult offenders. And some of the things that we look at for adult offenders don't apply to people who kill in their teenage formative years. And they work very different. Their MOs are different. The way they sort of do things surrounding a crime is very, very off compared to what a adult might do. So that could explain some of it too. 16, right? 16, if I'm remembering correctly. She's 18. I think he's a couple of years younger. So, okay. Sorry, guys. There we go. 16. So I don't know. We'll find out. Last update that I have on it is Friday. So Friday, Sunday for you guys. Friday. Friday was the last update about really anything. That was when we got the details about the arm bar hold and then the no essay. We'll find out. We'll find out in the coming days and weeks. Hey, Juicy Jules, how are you, my friend? Walk away. Walk away? You mean he should walk away from her? I don't know. We'll find out. Mommy says, no, 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 no. I meant like police and the FBI and government departments. Everyone goes home, and there's people that are away to celebrate Thanksgiving. There's people who travel to different states and things like that. So there's a lot of people away. Things grind to a halt. Live shows don't. I'm not American, so nothing here shuts down during the holidays because there is no Thanksgiving in Australia. This Thursday is just Thursday. there's no holiday here. The last holiday we had was Cup Day a couple of weeks ago, and that was for the Melbourne Cup. And the next holiday we have is Christmas. The next holiday we have is Christmas Day. No Thanksgiving for us. So, but I'll celebrate Thanksgiving with you. We're going to try apple pie. No, we're going to try pumpkin pie, which Ping has never ever had before. I don't even know what it tastes like. We will find out. Yeah, so the last details we have of that, take it as you want. Take the word preliminary as you want as well. Here's another source for it here. They say here, yeah, Anna Kepner, and these are the details that they have, The Guardian, found dead under a bed on the carnival. We all know that. Wrapped in a blanket, covered by life vests. Nothing here about her being naked. There's only one source for that, as Gayla said, and it's a family member, but no official sources that I've seen have said it. And then here, indicated she died of asphyxiation, an arm across the neck. She has bruising on either side of her neck that indicates that type of like asphyxiation. And they're saying a final autopsy and toxicology are pending. So they're the ones you have to wait for. Those ones. They're the ones you have to. They're the ones that'll have any drugs, alcohol. They'll have a deeper. What's the word I can use? R word kit that'll be done. Any DNA evidence, that type of thing. That takes time. It'll take a bit longer. So when those come back, we'll know more. Kim says, "When are you thankful?" I don't think we do have. I don't think that's. I think it's an American thing. That's not in Australia. We're thankful every day. I'm thankful every day for my viewers. Every day, I like my viewers in my channel, and I'm thankful every day for all of them. So you guys don't get a special day once a year. It's just every day. Marilanda says, my mom never made a turkey. She was born in Scotland. What did she make? A haggis instead? She's like, here's your Thanksgiving meal. A haggis. You have to eat this haggis. It is a traditional Scottish Thanksgiving meal. You have to eat the haggis and blood pudding. Maybe she did. Did your mom make blood pudding? That stuff is gross, man. I hate blood pudding. Growing up in a British family, my parents ate blood pudding when I was a kid, and they tried to get us to eat it. I've never successfully eaten it in my life. It is horrid. Gail said she should have made haggis. That's right. There you go. See, Gayla had the same idea. Kathy said no Scottish turkeys. No, they're all drunk. Too much whiskey. They're all drunk. You can't catch them. They're just out of it. Gayla said it's called black pudding, Ping. Yeah, I don't like black pudding. I don't. No, I don't want it. It's horrible. Sure. Yeah. Is that like liver? It's not. They use congealed blood, congealed pig blood, and they use that as a binding agent. It's like a sausage, and they use it with some other things, I think. I can't remember what they put in it, but it's gross. I don't really want it. Here, I'll show you a photo. Yeah, this is what it looks like when it's uncooked. And then like when you cook it, it goes even darker. And they put like what do they put in it? Oats or something. I can't remember. Yeah, it's a savory blood sausage from the UK and Ireland, made primarily from pork blood, fat and cereal, oatmeal or barley, seasoned with herbs and spices. Yeah, because the herbs and spices are going to make it better. I don't think that's going to make it any better. Yes. I don't think the herbs and spices will convince anyone to eat this. I know a lot of people like it, but I was never a convert when I was a child. You sure you guys don't want to bring this to the USA? Are you sure? Should we bring it to Thanksgiving in the USA? We'll trade you black pudding for mac and cheese. Do you want to make that trade? We'll trade you. And so you have to give us all your mac and cheese, and you can have the pudding, the black pudding. Yeah. Do you want to go to bed now? Oh yeah. Are you sure? I mean, I think it's a good trade. We could do that. We could make it happen. We have that Hogwarts magic. We can make the trade. Rachel said, "Nope, smoked turkey sounds so much better. It does sound better than black pudding." Danny says, "Keep it. I'll keep my mac and cheese." I, it does look like salami. It does a bit. Jackie says, "We have it over here. My family used to make it for breakfast." You need some better breakfast. Gail says, "Oatmeal, cinnamon, five spice, onion, sugar, nutmeg, and then all that stuff to make it." Apple? You put apple in it? Put apple in it. All right, let's keep going. I got other stories I want to talk to you about. Hey, what? Hey, we have some breaking news out of Madison County. Hold on. If this is true, this is... Guys, give me one sec. What the hell? Sorry, guys. We have this mouse that's under our neighbor's decking here, and it keeps like clawing at the wall. Hold on. Sorry, guys. I was trying to scare him off. Like we have a deck that's under here, and he's been like clawing at the wall for like the last couple of days, and I can't get to him. There's like a panel above my door, and I can't get to where he is, and he keeps like gnawing at the thing here. So I'm like trying to get him. If he gets in here, the cats will obliterate him. So okay. So the cat, sorry, I'm a bit out of breath. I was trying to like go and catch him. The cats will obliterate him, but yeah, we're gonna have to do something about it, unfortunately. Oh no, Muffin will. If he gets in here, Muffin will kill him. Muffin will destroy him. But yeah, there's like a balcony above my back door, and then there's like a panel, and he's somewhere in there, and I can't get to him. So very annoying. Hold on. Sorry, guys. I keep hearing him, and I'm like, get out of my freaking roof. So I'm trying to get rid of him. Kathy said we caught a large indoor rat with a Dunkin' donut. Where did he get the donut from? Rachel said, I can't imagine dealing with rats. Yeah, I wish our landlords would actually do some pest control for the building here, and they just fucking never do. And they've been trying to get it put on the books here for ages, and they just don't do it. And it's really annoying. So we're hoping, I don't know, maybe I'm going to have to do it. Gail said, my cat's male and he will Catholic anything that moves. Yes, he will Catholic. He will take them to church. My cats will get them. So if that thing gets in here somehow, the cats will go ballistic because they already go crazy for anything that moves. So they will go absolutely crazy. All right, here's the update. Did you guys see this? In Madison County, Morgan Geyser apparently has cut off her monitoring bracelet and left a group home on Saturday night. They have a photo of her here, and you can see it. So apparently she has got out. She's in the wild. And if you don't know who she is the girl from the Slender Man. She tried to kill a classmate at school, and now she was released, but now she is out. She is out with no ankle monitor apparently. So that is not good news. I would think that is possibly bad news. And they're saying here she was last seen in the Cronky Drive around 8 p.m. with an adult acquaintance. Her whereabouts are unknown as of Sunday morning. So they're saying here that there's no updates and they don't know where she's gotten to, but that she's cut off her ankle monitor, unfortunately, and disappeared. That is not a good thing for a girl who tried to kill her classmate because Slender Man told her to. That is bad, bad news. Rachel said, I just saw this. I'm not surprised. She should never have been out. I think a lot of people said that this was probably going to be something that happened. So I agree. I think so too. Anyone shocked? No, I don't think I'm that shocked that she's at 12, no less. Right. She was very young at the time. Kelly said, well, when they get her back, she's definitely going to go back into custody for cutting off an ankle monitor. It sounds like it, if they can find her. Marlene said, released from a mental hospital for the criminal insane because she was healthy and was released to a halfway house. And now she's left that halfway house. Gail said, maybe somebody took her and knows. Maybe. But yeah, that's what they're saying. They're saying if you see her, call 911. Call 911. So she is currently missing. I'm going to see if there's any other news on it. Yeah, here, 12 hours ago, they're saying that she is... I'm just trying to get a update for you.
Tonight, the urgent search in Madison, Wisconsin for a 23-year-old woman on the run. Morgan Geyser, an attacker behind the 2014 Slender Man stabbing. Madison police say Geyser cut off her ankle monitor and escaped a group home Saturday night, last seen around 8 o'clock with an adult acquaintance. Authorities urging the public to alert them if they see her, sharing this recent image caught on security footage last month. Geyser's lawyer urging her to turn herself in tonight.
Do not continue to remain on the run like this. It is not in your best interest.
In 2014, Geyser and a friend lured 12-year-old Peyton Leitner into the woods near Waukesha and stabbed her at least 19 times, nearly killing her, hoping in their minds to please the fictional character known as Slender Man. Geyser recounting the attack years ago.
I stabbed her with the knife.
And what part of her body did you stab her?
Everywhere.
Do you know how many times you did it?
19.
Prosecutors said the girls plotted the stabbing for months and hoped to live with Slender Man in the woods. Geyser was found not guilty by reason of mental disease or defect. She was sentenced to 40 years in a mental institution, but in July, a judge approved her conditional release to a group home. Now, police are investigating. as they say they don't know where she is tonight. Ryan Chandler, NBC News.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.
How serious is
There we go. Very serious. We'll have to see what happens with this one. I think we all figured this was going to happen. At least I thought she should never have been out. At least I think so. I think she was never going to get fully better, no matter what the therapist said. I feel, she was a very dangerous person, I think. They're saying US woman behind Slenderman stabbing is missing after leaving group home, and that she cut off her electronic monitoring device, was last seen with an acquaintance. And they're saying, if you see Geyser, please call 911, and that she cut off her monitoring bracelet. So we'll have to see what happens there, but sounds like there is an urgent woman hunt underway to try and find her. All right, guys, I have to help Mrs. Ping. Entertain yourselves for a sec. Hold on. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Had to help Mrs. Ping. I was just telling her the mouse update. So we're working on a way of like what we're going to do because we can hear it. I wish you guys could hear it. You can hear the scratch, 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 claw, 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 like right near the corner of my apartment here. It's very annoying. And yeah, there's like a thing outside my door that slants like that to let water come away from the house, and it's a deck above it, and that the friggin' mouse is up in there somewhere. So we're working out what we're going to do. We're going to get, maybe we'll have to get some traps or some bait or something, and try and get him, because he can't live in my wall. He can't live in my corner of my apartment, and it's driving my cats insane, the scratching noise. So, hold on. Yeah, we're trying to get it. Get a wrap trap with a donut. Okay, I'll get a donut wrap trap. That's what I'll do. Hey, Danny, how are you? Yeah, I think I may have to order some traps and some bait because it's driving me insane. It's driving the cats insane, and you can hear it. Like it's just going scratch, 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 scratch. Like just up in this corner up here. So yeah, it's because my neighbor upstairs has a large wood balcony above us. Oh, really? Maybe that would work. Is there anything just to drive them out of here, to not be here? Maybe that'll work. Galo said they chew it to try get through, but then die. Okay, do they? Okay. I hope he dies. Go away. Yeah, if he gets through here, he'll die because the cats will get him. Don't use anything poisonous that the cats might get into. Okay, we won't. We'll try and solve it though. We don't want him up there. You bought yours on Amazon? I'll have a look, but it's let me see if I can find anything. What are they called? Like a pest plugin, right? Okay, I see it. I could have it tomorrow, but I don't know if they work. Do they actually work? They say they work for bugs and rats and stuff. $23. Is this a plugin one? Yeah, this is a plugin one. Okay, I'll buy them. They're only like $25, and I'll see if they work. Steel wool in the holes. Okay, could try that too. Yeah, I won't use sticky traps. They worked with you with the field mice? Okay, they have ones here. Let me see what the reviews say. No, no sticky traps. I want to see if anyone thinks they work for... Okay. I'll review it and I'll try find the best ones that work really good. Yeah. Because we've got power plugs that we can put it up there. Not a problem. Yeah, like a plug-in thing. Okay. All right. Well, I'll give them a go. When can we get them here? Tomorrow. All right. I will buy them and I'll get them delivered. Yeah, I'll get them put in tomorrow. Thanks for the advice. I'll see if they work. If they don't work, I'll try something else. We'll try other things. We'll try other things. All right. Hold on. They like peanut butter? I don't want to give them peanut butter. Kathy said our rat was indoors, so we put sticky pads around a donut. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to do that. Safe? Is it safe for the cats? I think so. Chipmunk says, I don't think they worked. Okay. Hey, Texas is going to bed. Good night, Texas. We'll go on to the next story in a second. I'll research some options when I'm off the air, and I'll tell you how it goes. Let's see. Did we get an update in this one? Okay. Sorry, it's been a bit of an ADHD night tonight. Kyle Turner. Yeah, we oh, this is interesting. So we had a story about a woman called Kylie Toberman the other week where it was like her uncle that ended up being arrested for her death. And they're saying here that her adoptive mother of her is now facing charges in a separate case. So it seems like the whole family is messed up. And they're saying here that she's being charged with gun charges, but they're not related to the daughter's death. Very strange. And this is in Fayette County, Illinois. 14-year-old Kylie Toberman, and that she was found. Yeah, it was really disturbing. Here, I'll play this video. We'll catch up together.
As investigators in Fayette County, Illinois, continue to piece together the murder of 14-year-old Kylie Toberman, her adoptive mother is now facing charges in a separate case. This is all taking place in Vandalia, Illinois, which is 70 miles northeast of St. Louis down Interstate 70. 5 News Hide's Holden Kowicki has the latest on the arrest.
Well, Kelly, 65-year-old Donna Toberman is facing multiple misdemeanor gun charges after investigators found 3 pistols and a .22 caliber rifle in her home, and she didn't have a FOID card. Though these charges aren't related to Kylie's death, Toberman's estranged daughter-in-law told me that's what inspired her to tip off police.
Paige Stone knows Arnold Rivera Jr., the man charged with the death of 14-year-old Kylie Toberman, all too well.
I was 14 when I met that man. I was the babysitter. He was married with 2 kids.
By age 17, Stone was pregnant with Rivera's child when they got married out of state.
He took me to Utah. He bought me a bus ticket and he drove to Utah. And at that time I was 17. So he knew like how to manipulate the laws and get away with how he had control over me.
Stone filed for divorce 6 years ago, but it was never finalized.
When I left the relationship, I didn't leave my kids. I left the relationship because it was just unhealthy with me and Arnold.
Her kids live with Rivera and his mother, Donna Toberman, in Vandalia.
The house was full of dogs and dog feces, dog urine, multiple animals.
However, she says the most concerning information came from her daughter regarding Rivera's 14-year-old stepniece, Kylie Toberman.
She was concerned about her dad and Kylie was telling her about the concerns that was going on. And I had reported it to DCFS in January 21st to be exact.
However, according to DCFS, Kylie hadn't been in their care since 2018 when she was adopted.
I do believe they failed Kylie.
Stone says after Rivera allegedly raped and killed Kylie, who was found inside his RV, he called her.
And he said, I killed Kylie. And I just hit the floor and I lost it.
DCFS has since stated that Kylie and Rivera didn't live in the same home.
But he moved into the RV on the side of her house.
That's why Stone says she's speaking out against her estranged husband in an effort to get justice.
As they brushed this underneath the rug 11 months ago when I reported it to DCFS, so I didn't want them to brush it underneath the rug now.
Stone told me that she felt compelled to speak out after getting custody of her own children following Kylie's murder. She's hoping.
What a sad case. Really, really sad. Yeah, her uncle. And then again, it's very similar to the other one where her body was basically hidden. But her mother, Donna Toberman, is facing multiple misdemeanor charges of unlawful possession of a firearm without a FOID card after investigators found 3 pistols and a .22 caliber rifle in her home. They're saying they're not related to her daughter's death. I mean, I guess. Arnold Rivera Jr. is the man charged with 14-year-old Kylie Toberman's death. It was really brutal what happened to that girl. I just want to see if there's an update to the guy, Arnold, because last we heard he'd been arrested and arraigned, but I don't think... Was that the last thing we heard about him? I think that might have been the last thing we heard. He's in jail now. Murdered her with jumper cables. What are they saying here? He had a long criminal history. Well, we knew that. And they're saying here, found dead inside a tote bag inside an RV behind the family's home. They're saying first-degree murder, criminal essay, concealing a homicidal death. And now he is behind bars. So we will see more about him when he makes it to court. Apparently, he's just been arraigned. Vinegar. Okay. I will have a look at that. Vinegar? Okay, I will check into it. Kim says she could have been saved. There was definitely something hinky going on there with her and Arnold. Not saying that she did anything wrong, just saying like it seems like there was maybe more could have been done for Kylie. That's what I think anyway. It sounds like a lot of people failed that poor girl. And they're saying here, yeah, I think we watched this last week, that her friends and family are angry after he appeared in court. I would be too. Why wouldn't you be angry? That like you lost a family member to this horrific guy, and they were saying here questions arose into how he even had that much contact with her. I agree. We'll have to find out. There's been no update in a few days. There was a issue about DCFS with her too. I just want to see if I can find it. Now, DCFS issues statement clarifying their involvement in the case of murder, Vandalia, Illinois teen. They're saying here the Illinois Department of Children and Families, or DCFS, issued a statement Friday confirming that the murder victim, Kylie, was once under their care. But the agency clarified that she was adopted in 2018 by her grandmother, Donna. Sorry, grandmother, not mother. And therefore not under the supervision of DCFS at the time of her killing. And then they're saying her body was found in an RV on the 14th of November. But that basically they're saying that they are not involved, and since she was adopted in 2018, she was no longer a part of their programs at all. So there you go, an update from them. All right. All right, let me see if I have any other updates for any other things for you. And oh, yes, actually, in the David thing over the weekend, I saw this too. I saw some updates about how Celeste's body was found. Did you guys see this? That apparently her body was frozen and was in a state of defrosting when they found her. This came from TMZ. And they're saying body found in frozen state, cause of death may never be determined, according to them. And they're saying, according to sources, the medical examiner received the body in horrendous condition. It was decapitated, and while the torso was intact, the limbs had been removed and cut into multiple pieces. We're told all of the body parts were partially frozen and had apparently been thawing out while sitting in the trunk of David's Tesla. Yeah, partially frozen. What does that mean? Partially. So if they're partially frozen, they can't have been sitting around for weeks at a time. They must have only been in there a day or two, a few days, because it would have completely defrosted by the time if it was weeks, like weeks and weeks. I don't believe it would have. Hold on. All right, there we go. I don't believe that it would have been just, partially frozen when they found it again. That doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah, so it can't have been that long. I mean, how long does it take to defrost a body? You would think it would only be like a few days, especially in the LA heat. It wouldn't be like 3 weeks. I don't think that would make sense. But yeah, gross details coming out of TMZ saying that frozen, decapitated, and her limbs were cut into multiple sections. And they're saying possibly a cause of death may never be determined because of the state that her remains were in. No wonder it's taken so long for us to really hear anything of any substance in relation to her death, because look at the condition she was in. Really gross, very horrific. I feel sorry for her and her alone. They said her body was in such a bad shape. Initially, investigators did not know if it was male or female. Ugh. Horrible, horrible. We'll have to see what happens with that, but it sounds like we're getting closer and closer with these details that keep leaking out over the last few days, that we're going to find out more and more. Yeah, some of the degrees were over 100 degrees in LA at the time. No one around there have a deep freeze. Yeah, it's a little strange. Yeah, I hope Kathy's granddaughter's going to be all right. Hope she's going to get through it. Sean says it sounds like a setup. David and Co couldn't be so stupid. Hey, it's a saying on this channel. Most of the people we talk about are stupid. Most of them are dumb criminals. We have a saying on this channel: you don't have to be smart to commit murder, and we have that. I should have that on a sign because we say it so often. All right. Yeah, hi Sean. Hi Sean. By the way, Sean sent in a donation. I appreciate it. I know it's been a bit of a rag skag thrown together day today on the show. I just wanted to check in and see you guys at least on the Sunday because I felt bad for missing the weekend. Hope you guys are doing well. I Hate Morning says, I heard the police are thinking a male helped. Yes, that's the other bit of information in there is that they think he had help, that there's someone else who knew about it and handled the body, helped him dispose of the body and possibly cut it up. So definitely more than two people now. Two people. Let's see. Kim says, I think they are that stupid. Good work, Kim. You keep telling them that. Rachel says, sending lots of love. Yes, hopefully she gets better and hopefully Kathy has a good Thanksgiving with family. That would be good. All right, I think we're going to wind up for tonight. Just a quick one tonight. Sunday nights are always really quiet on the show. Even if I do a live show at 10 o'clock, it seems like everyone's gotten over watching the football and they don't really want to come and hang out here. So Monday to Saturday tend to be the biggest days. So Gayla says, does the mall still have hot beef sandwich place? What? I don't know. You have to tell me the name of it. I'm not sure if it does. Yes, I will be back tomorrow with better updates. I promise. I Hate Morning says, I'm thinking there might be video from the car. There is video from the car. We know that already. Kathy said it's hard to see the little ones sick. Yeah, because they don't understand and they don't know why they're ill or they don't understand like fully how illness works. And it's like they just suffer. And yeah, the little ones when they're sick are really sad. By the way, the story I posted on Twitter last night, when we were at Chadston yesterday, there was this girl howling, her bawling her eyes out near the elevators, right? And they had her barricaded off with like these like barrier screens. Don't know what happened to her, but there was a paramedic there, and they had all the bluey pads on the floor, and she was lying on her side and really screaming. I thought there's a set of stairs next to the elevator, and I was like, I wonder if she fell down the stairs and hurt herself. But she was screaming, and I was like, you don't cry and howl like that unless you broke a bone or something like that. So I hope she's okay. When we were leaving, the paramedics with the backpack came in, so I hope she got some pethidine and that she was feeling a lot better. I have no idea. I checked all the news sites today to see if there was an update. There was no update I could find. Contacted center management to see if there was an update. They wouldn't give me one due to privacy reasons. And all I can tell you is what I witnessed. But I hope she's feeling a lot better today because she was not having a good day yesterday. Oh, okay. There's probably a place, a carvery like that. Yeah. All right. I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll have dealt with my mouse issue by then, and we'll have a very lot more smoother day tomorrow on Monday. All right. Yeah. If I find out more about the girl I saw yesterday at Chadston, I'll let you know. But we're going to have a fun week this week. Thanksgiving. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to try some Thanksgiving food throughout the week. We're going to do all sorts of things and have a bit more of a lighter week. I need a lighter week. I need some fun this week. Last couple of weeks have been really stressful. I've been ill. So we need a fun week this week. So we're going to have a Thanksgiving fun week on the channel. I'll be back tomorrow night with some better updates because it's not a Sunday where there's no updates for anything. And yeah, I hope he's not a clever one. We have stuffing here, yes. Maybe we'll do a turkey. Okay, no, we're not going to do a turkey. I don't know what we'll do, but we definitely have pumpkin pie. All right, I love you all. Thanks to Sean for the donation. I appreciate it. Even on a Sunday night when the show wasn't that great, I appreciate it. All right, good night, everyone. Love you all. Bye.